been a really mild winter here in Arizona. It was 80 degrees yesterday, so yeah, beautiful, beautiful mornings.
80 degrees.
Yeah,
Isn't it winter there? No?
yeah. Well, yeah, we haven't had much of a winter. It's been in mid to high 70s for the last couple of weeks, and in fact, I had to
Mm,
turn the air conditioner on in February a couple times.
that's
Yeah, no, it's been
interesting.
it's been crazy.
Unlike Utah, huh?
Unlike Utah, well, Utah's been warm too. Hasn't been much of a snowmobile season this year. I think I went one time and the snow was not really that great. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting warm
Anyways,
everywhere. What's going on
uh,
with you?
exhausted as always.
You got a nice new hoodie there. What are you sporting there? Is it the latest greatest version for this upcoming
Yeah, yeah. We
East
had the
versus
red
West?
one.
Or?
Now we have the blue and black one. Yeah, red and
Yeah, no, I
black.
like.
Now
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the
Okay.
yeah. You need we need one of them.
Yeah,
Robert Baxter better bring one for you
that's right.
to Dallas. Yeah,
Right. Probably be a little chilly in Dallas, so I'll need one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you usually wake up early, huh? Like whenever I
Yeah,
send you a message,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you are
Yeah.
normally sleeping on the WhatsApp, and then you see it, and then I try to calculate time. So you are getting up like 5 a.m., 6 a.m. or something.
I get up. My alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m. I'm out the door, headed to work around a little after 5. So a lot of times I get texts from you as I'm driving into work. So that's why I don't reply right away. But yeah, no, yeah, you hit me up normally after I've been awake for a half hour.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what time do you start working? 8
6. So
or 6 o'clock? Very early.
yeah, so it's about a 20-minute drive into work, but then I've got to park. It's about a 5-minute walk from the parking lot. And then we have to go through security every morning. So it depends on the security line. It could take me anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 minutes to get through airport
Hmm.
security. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's what I got to do.
Yeah, yeah. I have a question for you. Do you sometimes hide yourself during your training videos?
Hide myself. I
Yeah, you know what I
no,
mean.
no.
No.
I don't. I mean, if when I go to practice, if somebody asks to bring out a camera, and if they ask if I mind if they film or video, I'm like, yeah,
Mm,
all for it. I'm all for it.
yeah.
I typically, it's difficult to coordinate and do videos of my, of myself. So unless somebody's around me that wants, pulls out their phone and will do the recording, I typically don't go through the bother of trying to, set something up to do. I just feel silly. I mean, it's my, my workouts aren't very, motivational or inspirational in my opinion. So it would be
No,
hard for
what
me
I
to.
mean that do you hide yourself like your form? This is what I mean.
No, my form, my technique, no. It's it's been very. It's nothing that is earth shattering or anything that anybody else does. So it's not. Yeah, I don't have any weird techniques or things that I do that are secretive by any means. So that's why I kind of keep.
Hmm.
I don't really throw it out there because I don't think it's really something that people would learn even from. So.
No, what I mean is that like sometimes I see you during the trainings
Uh
with
huh.
sometimes even with the regular guys,
Uh huh.
and then I'm like, and then you come and you top roll Iraqi.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah. No.
you at
My
the training and you in the competition.
Yeah,
Like has
yeah.
it always been like this or?
Well, no, back in my early years, I was a lot more aggressive in my training. I could arm wrestle a lot harder, and I would be um, definitely at times a little bit more like I would get my mindset for a tournament mindset. But lately, I mean, I just struggle. I get a kick out of it. I think I watched Coach Ray's video on somebody, and he says, "Oh, age is just a number." Well, yeah, it's kind of true, but it really isn't true. You have to adjust for age, and as I've
Mhm.
gotten older, the aches and pains, and unless I'm really prepping, um, and taking things to keep the inflammation down and to really prep myself.
Mhm.
Trainings are very different than my aggressiveness and preparation when I'm in a tournament. So, but in the past, when I wasn't so, riddled with little aches and pains and arthritis and just, I would move a lot quicker, move a lot stronger, move more aggressively. But lately, my workouts, I have a really a fine line between.
You need to be careful, huh? You
I
need
got
to
to
be
be
careful.
careful. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not like the old young version that I could just be super aggressive and just hit everything with full force and know that I'm safe and I will heal up and get stronger for it. Now it's so easy to cross the line, and then I'm out of commission for a couple weeks. And perfect example, I pulled a little bit at a tournament on, I think, Saturday night, and then we pulled at Eric's on Tuesday, and I was so so achy and just so sore. And it's like, you know,
Oh,
it's so
to do
easy.
twice in 3 days, huh? Saturday
Yeah,
and
in three,
Tuesday.
four
Yeah,
days. Yeah,
yeah,
I was like crippled. I was like, boy, it just reminded me how important it is for me at my age to you know I've been trying to really get ready for this upcoming match with Yoshi for the last probably 2-3 months, but I have to really keep myself in check and say, okay, make sure you're you know being in great shape is great, but being well rested and healed and
yeah,
pain
yeah.
free is way more important than being a little bit better in shape. Because if I feel like I did Tuesday when I pulled, I mean, all the great shape, being in the great shape in the world is I'm going to get destroyed, because I was just like, nothing. The nervous system was just completely just
Once a week, John.
destroyed,
Once a
destroyed.
week is, I think,
Yeah,
once a week
and
is enough.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
even once a week, I find myself going, oh, wow, I just can't believe I haven't been able to recover from being aggressive last week.
yeah,
So yeah, well, for Yoshi, for sure, I will rest at least a full 2 weeks. My plan is to really start to taper off, even though it's 4 weeks out. Maybe get two more arm wrestling workouts in, but they're going to be light arm wrestling workouts instead of aggressive
yeah,
hard workouts, and just try to do more of a blood flow. I mean, I'm not a big weightlifter, but
yeah,
just
yeah.
the simple motions and isometrics, and just kind of even just pulling against the other arm a little bit to get the
Hmm.
blood flow going, because it's been a struggle as
That's different experience, John. It's different
it's
experience,
yeah.
totally different than what you have experienced during your career.
Yeah,
Now
and
you
I'm
need
trying.
to adapt.
Yeah,
It's
and
something new for.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to navigate and experiment and try to figure out the perfect formula, but
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
easy. It's not what I'm used to doing in the past,
Hmm.
so it's been
Yeah.
difficult. But anyway,
Yeah. There is GB19 is asking, John, we miss you on YouTube. Can you post workouts? Uh, I
well, that's the
mean,
thing.
John, do you have workouts except table? Maybe a little bit blood flowing, right? With the
Yeah, no, I mean, most of the time it's just Reagan, the new guy that I have, Reagan, and then maybe Eric will come over. Dustin hasn't come over in quite a while, um, but yeah, no, it's normally pretty, you know, small and private. So,
yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you remember we were talking about the young guy in the hook, that 154 guy you were talking
oh
about.
yeah,
You said that
Joseph,
he's very strong. Yeah, he
yeah,
just
yeah.
went there and won the match.
Yeah, no, I told you he's no joke. I mean, I
No,
didn't know who he was pulling against, so I couldn't really say, oh, yeah, no, he's going to win or he's going to lose. But I was like, no, you picked a good guy that's a formidable monster.
mhm,
He's a local monster that hasn't got out much
yeah.
yet. So
That's how they will grow, with the
yeah.
opportunities. Yeah. Big Grow God says, John, since your right shoulder gives you issues, have you given any thoughts to going hard on the left? You were always very good on the left. Also, listen, when people when
I'm
people
yeah, I'm still here.
when people were dreaming to be placed top three at the Zloty, you were just coming there with left arm. You were
funny,
you were winning.
funny that question has come up, because really, quite honestly, uh, at practices, um, my left is so much more dominant against guys than my right is. My left is still like, I look at my left and it's still so underdeveloped and it's still a twig, um, but it's so much more healed than my right, and I can pull like so much more effectively. we joked. It's like you need to start thinking about doing like super matches for your left arm instead of
I
your
think
right.
you
And I'm like,
can.
yeah,
I think you
right, you're
can.
probably right.
John, I don't think it's about the only age. I think it's about the
The wear. Yeah, the
mileage
wear and
on the
tear.
arm.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
imagine. I always say, on the podcast, like with like Richard Lapkus and Cliff Dean, Gary
yeah,
Goodrich, Alan Karev, Denis
yeah,
Siplenko,
yeah,
Travis, Devon, Pushkar.
yeah, yeah,
Do you realize how much pressure
yeah,
you felt?
yeah,
So
yeah,
with
yeah,
left arm, you usually stick to your weight category. I don't
yeah.
think it is as damaged as your
No.
right side. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. No, the muscle tissue is not there. Like I said, it's not very developed. But I think the crispness and the lack of achiness and my nervous system for some reason is way more intact. I can actually make my left arm move more aggressively than my. It's almost like
yeah,
something is shorted out in my right arm that is not allowing the nerves to properly fire like they should. But my left shoulder also bothers me a little bit. I mean, I have
mm,
overall arthritis, old age stuff. It's not
mhm,
just completely wear and tear from arm
yeah.
wrestling all the years. So I mean, yeah,
I mean, like some people says that, Todd Hutchings is almost also near 60, 58 years old, but
right,
he started at 35.
yeah,
So probably you have 25 years more
yeah,
mileage on your arm because you
yeah,
are a few years older and you started probably
yeah,
20 years
yeah. And
earlier than he started. Yeah.
you can't compare apples and oranges. I mean, me at 60 compared to a lot of guys at 60, I see are I feel blessed that I'm still
Yeah.
pretty strong and vibrant. So
Yes.
it just depends on the genetics. I mean, I know some 50 year olds that are riddled with arthritis and just achy and da 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 da. So it's just yeah, it's
Yeah. Yeah. But
it's just
also
it
what
just
I said,
depends.
Todd started at 35. So
Yeah,
you have 20 years more damage,
yeah,
And
yeah,
then Todd, yes, he also pulls some of the heavier guys. But
yeah,
John, majority of your career, you try to be the best in the world
yeah,
in overall category.
yeah,
Those guys that you pull against. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. It is what it is. I'm happy. I can't complain. I've had a very long, career, and I've enjoyed it. And like I said, I've tried to deal with it and try to cope with and figure out and navigate the age thing. But yeah, I'm not complaining. It is what it is.
Listen, I know you are always like way too humble, but I will ask you something, but I want you to answer me honestly.
Okay.
Not that you are dishonest, but you are just too humble
Right,
sometimes.
right,
You
right.
are just too humble sometimes. But do you see any 200-pound guys of today coming near to beating best of Gary Goodrich, best of Richard Lapkis, best of Alan Karev? Do you see that?
Hmm. No, I mean, to be quite honest, I think almost in my mind right now, the best 200-pound guy is Todd Hutchins, right? Is there anybody out there that, and Todd Hutchins, even when I think Hutchins is the best he's ever been currently right now at his age.
How is it possible? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know how. Yeah.
I don't know either. It's just
Yeah.
whatever the combination. Um, but I would put him against. I mean, he's beat Cleve Dean when he was not as good as he
He
is right
was like
now.
very, very,
Yeah, no, but so
like
yeah, I mean,
very
yeah,
endocrine, yeah, but still, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, he's great, yeah, for
yeah,
sure,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, people underestimate some of the small guys, or say they, think that they would have absolutely no chance. But surprisingly enough, I mean, with his style and his technique and what he's doing now with that kind of open wrist pronation, protecting his hand from being really completely opened up and
Mm.
top rolled, he's super effective. He's super compact. He's super
What do you
strong.
think that they
So,
are gonna pull now next match against Rustam Babaya?
oh well, Rustum is his definitely his kryptonite, because Rustum comes so hard on the bicep. He doesn't go sideways so much. He's so much lat and almost, sets up high, and then he comes so hard crashing down. So, uh, and I've seen that Todd has Hutchins is had the most problem with guys that will do that or will press straight on his bicep, do the shoulder roll. So he's gonna have to figure something out or think about it. But his outside move now might be effective enough to get Rustum stretched out a little bit. But
Yeah.
Rustum's quick, and if he gets on
Also,
the
very
wrist
strong hand,
bicep,
huh? Strong
yes,
hand,
yes, yes,
strong hand, strong hands.
yeah,
The two guys that previously Todd lost was 2 years ago against Prudnik, and Prudnik had full cup,
yeah,
and then the
and
other one
really,
was Dadikian. So the people who has very strong hand and wrist to control
yeah,
Todd's pronator are the ones that have chance.
yeah.
Anyone who is missing here and
Yeah,
go into the side pressure
side
battle,
pressure,
no
right?
way,
That's
no
right.
way.
No, I agree. No, I
Yeah,
felt it. It's very difficult. Even though you feel like he got a little bit of a spot on his hand and wrist, he got the high ground. It doesn't matter. He's so relentless and strong going sideways that
yeah, I agree.
not many
If
people
you
can hang with that.
overpronate, if you
Yeah,
overpronate, you are missing here because you are overpronating. So you need to
yeah,
put pressure here. But when you are
yeah,
overpronating, then his pronation is also lately very strong. So he's
right.
having little bit moment here, and then the rest is you need to do a side pressure battle with him, which is
Yeah, not a good idea. Right. It's
no.
just too compact.
Yeah,
His structure, even before the surgery, he's just, he's so short forearm. So he's got all the attributes to really stay tight without expending a lot of energy than most. So
yeah. He's like surprisingly good,
yeah.
surprisingly strong. And
Yeah, no, but
let's see.
I'm super excited for the Rusta match. I'm sure he is too. I'm sure he's probably a little worried because
Past
obviously
experience.
the last couple 3 times it's been not even really much of a match. Rustum's been and Rustum
Mhm.
is it's so strong. It's so good now. I mean, I think about how good Sandras is and how he beat him. I was like, holy moly, that's he's in good condition now. So Todd will have his work cut out for him for sure.
Yeah, there is one super chat. His name is Devon Terzi, and he says, "John, will you face the Levan Hulk? You will win."
No, no. Yeah, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I would have loved to
Yeah.
have tested it, but I have no idea. He looks so incredibly powerful. In the early years when he first came on, I thought to myself, well, maybe he's like Cleve Dean, and all he's using is his big hand and size to make people feel weak. And if you could just cut him down into his wrist, he'd go away. But he's proven me wrong by that by a long
Mm,
shot. Now he's not only big and hard to handle because of his size, but he's also super strong
strong, yeah.
inside and outside. So
What
yeah,
what did you think about Michael versus Hermes match?
I knew it was going to be
A battle?
tough. I knew they both were going to surprise each other. I thought Hermes pulled perfectly. I mean,
Yes,
you
yes,
couldn't have. I mean, Hermes is a freaking smart arm wrestler because
yes.
everyone the last few guys that he's gone up against, he's gone in not only just with his dominant strength, but really with
Talking about the
perfect
Laletin
execution.
match and Michael match.
Will
Yeah,
Layton,
yeah,
the Jerry
yeah,
Caderet match, the Michael
yeah,
match. I mean,
yeah,
everyone he's like
yeah.
he also
Do you
did his
agree?
he almost
Do you agree that he is one of the guys that not at your level but close to your level about the
yeah
well-rounders? He is, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he definitely does takes
He knows the
puts
table game, right?
puts some thought into it and looks at his
Yeah,
opponent and understands obviously watches other matches to
yeah,
see and respect what could possibly happen and
yeah.
he's figured it out. I mean, like I said, the Michael match, I I was so just kind of almost laughing. He just executed so perfectly. Um, but yeah,
He did almost
Michael did
exactly what you did to Michael, in
yeah,
the
yeah. Or I
U11.
mean,
He waited here, waited here.
the little experience that I've had pulling with Michael, I understand that it's more important to really maintain and stay upright and maintain that cup than it is to attack right off the bat, and
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
Hermes
yeah.
did.
He climb up and
Yeah, he
then
made sure
curve.
that he had
Yeah,
everything, and
yeah,
even then it was so
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
I
very
mean,
close, very close. I
Michael
think
is
Michael was at his
in
best shape ever.
incredible shape. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
incredible shape.
yeah, he was
No,
huge, John. You should
yeah,
have seen
no,
him.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
I saw some of the podcasts or the interviews that he was doing. And it's like his right arm was bigger than the other person's body. I was like,
yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
In fact, I wasn't sure who was gonna win that match. If
Yeah, no,
Hermes made a mistake with the preparation or
yeah,
the performing at the night, he would
yeah.
have lost it. Yeah.
That's always going to be in the future. Always going to be an entertaining match because it could go either way. I mean, you could replay that a month from now and it could go the other way. So it's
Mhm.
yeah, that's they're a good matchup and that's a fun one to watch for sure.
Yeah, and
Devin
there,
came in. Devin came in huge, right?
yes, yeah, he was huge and he was strong. There was no way Gennady to win that match. No way,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah.
And did you like the main event match, Morozov versus
Uh,
Valetin?
Morozov. Yeah. No,
It was incredible.
yeah. Yeah. Two monster sizes like that. Yeah. No, it was
I
good.
mean, that when
You
Morozov
know,
stopped him here,
I'm not a huge fan of the lefty, but I mean,
yeah, I mean, I don't really care so much left right, but it's arm
yeah,
wrestling. He was
yeah,
here like this close, and then
yeah,
he was like, "Dawai Laletin,
yeah,
Dawai,"
yeah,
you
yeah, 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 yeah.
know. Yes.
I was thinking to myself that was what I was telling Todd Hutchins when last time we pulled. I was hoping it wasn't going to backfire, and I'm sure
Yeah, it
enough.
was almost the same thing. Yeah, but
So
the
much.
only
It's like,
difference is that,
don't be talking shit like that because you might end up not being able to pull it back, right?
yeah,
But
yeah, but
he was able to
like,
yank it back.
listen,
So
having Laletin in that position and having Tatashin in that position, they're different. If Tatashin
yeah,
bring you to that close,
yeah,
very hard to bring
it's
it
hard to
back, you
dig
know.
it out. Yeah,
Yeah, in such position, maybe in hook as Dadikan did it. Even
yeah,
Dadikan, how I don't know how he lifted him from here and
yeah,
beat him. It was surprising.
yeah,
I think my opinion is that Todd started to do so much pronation, like depending on pulling style. So when you are
mm,
so much pronating, trust me, your hook ability is a little bit not that good. Dave Sheffield used to be like this,
right,
but now he started doing this, and now your arm doesn't want to put so much pressure here. He wants
right.
to more like
Right,
turn
right.
that way.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's obvious. Just looking at the Todd's last match with Irakli and being like this and getting shoulder rolled and his arm went right down. You know, it's a different set of muscles that he's not used to being. You know, hammer curl strength versus his normal. You know,
Hmm.
supinated or side
Hmm.
pressure move. So, yeah, it's yeah, he adjusted for it though. I mean, it was good to see that Reckley had found a key to open that up, and then Todd made sure that door wasn't open anymore. So it was cool.
Yeah. Kyle Dykeman or Hermes should have asked Todd, "Where are you going, buddy?"
Right.
And then there
Yeah.
is another one.
He didn't drop nearly as bad. I know they got the
No,
call
yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
a
We
couple
don't
times,
allow you. You
and
mean
he
he
got
was like this
yeah. No,
with
he
you
wasn't
against you,
crazy.
but
Yeah,
here he
yeah.
was like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but he still got called once or twice, didn't he? I know there was a little controversy
At
on.
the end, no, I just
Yeah,
checked that his shoulder, whomever was
yeah,
down angle, a little
yeah,
bit. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So there is a super chat. Please ask John Brzenk which year he thinks is his best shape on his life and strongest form. I
Oh
would answer
boy,
that better
it's
than you do.
yeah. Probably you probably would. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was actually starting to get really good, believe it or not, in my early 20s, and then I end up throwing my shoulder out, throwing that stupid softball, which set me back a year or two. So from age 19, 20, 21, I was pretty explosive. I didn't look like much, but I was pretty damn good. And then I hurt myself. I hurt my shoulder. I was out for almost a year and just never really got back. Slowly got good enough again to be effective, but yeah, not probably then, probably not until I turned 40-ish, 41, 42, that I
Mm,
really start,
yeah,
getting a little bigger and
yeah,
getting stronger instead of being so
yeah.
explosive.
John, time to time I look at the super chats. Do you mind it? Like,
No, no,
well,
no, not at all,
no,
not at
okay,
all.
because
I
some
don't.
people,
I was trying to
some
read too,
some,
and
some people are just trying to.
Yeah,
Anyway, so I'm not gonna say
my
anything
mind will
bad,
be
but
off the conversation if I start trying to look at the chats
yeah,
that come across. So I'll let you do that.
yeah. Aripan is asking John, who in your opinion has the best chance of defeating Levan in the near future? Yeah, that is a good question. And Kulpunko, please mind your business. Don't be paranoid. Hermes versus Levan Saginashvili in
Yeah,
June.
no,
Hermes is one
Hermes
of those guys that knows what he is
knows.
doing.
Yep.
He may beat or he may not beat Levan, but he
Yeah.
sure knows something
Right.
from the last match. Also, Levan knows it.
Right.
And do you think that something similar or even better, Hermes can do it?
Yeah, but yeah, I think they're both. I think they both have more respect for each other now. So will get better, will get stronger, has a better understanding. But also, Levon knows now going in to the next match with Hermes that he's no
Hmm.
joke. I mean, he needs to be
Yes.
completely prepared. So I'm not sure how much he took him seriously in the last match. So that would be the important factor. Like, was he did he go in thinking Hermes, I'll beat Hermes? Not really focused and worried. And this time he will be. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's still going to be a good match. And of course, Hermes deserves another rematch. I mean, he's shown that
Hmm.
he's one of the very best. He's right up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than Hermes, I mean, yeah, obviously Devin. I mean, in my mind, if he's 300 plus pounds. That might be enough to make the difference. Um,
Hmm.
Vitali
Yeah.
for sure. I mean, just
Yeah.
because of his size, Morozov even. I mean, just
Do
because
you think that
they're
because of his style, Michael,
yes,
because like it is not like that
yes,
easy to flash pin him. You
yeah,
need to
yeah.
really.
The problem is though that I mean, I think Michael could do what even Devin kind of did to him, but can Michael fend off, someone that's even twice as strong as probably Hermes with that shoulder press? I mean, if he's able to get out on Levon's not gonna, think twice about throwing all that body weight and doing what he did to Devin to Mike. So uh, yeah, I don't know. Can
Do
he?
you think that Michael may be stronger than Devon in a defensive position?
Yes, I think maybe it's a
Devon
possibility.
has better hand control
Yeah,
and
just because
maybe
just because Devin's build, he's a little bit longer limbed, so I don't think he's probably going to be able to support as much weight as Mike would. So yeah, no, I would probably say physics wise, yeah, Mike would probably be able to hold up, more downward pressure than Devin would.
yeah. The only problem is that right now, in my opinion, we are in an era of the strongest arm wrestler ever, which is Levan
Oh,
Saginashvili, in my opinion.
yes, of
And it
course.
is not that easy to find opponent for him.
No.
If he doesn't pull so often, people say, "Oh, why is he not pulling so often?" And if he
Right.
pulls, guys, they are like, "Oh, he's gonna kill him." And
Right.
what do you want? Make your mind up. You want to see this
Right.
guy or not? These are the best guys we have.
Right.
These are the best guys out of 8 billion human
Right.
population. There nothing you can do it. And then
Right.
one of them eventually, who knows? Maybe we'll do something.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree with you. Most of the matches have to be leading up to who gets the right to pull Levon. You're right. I mean,
Yes.
you don't just keep putting one after the other up against Levon, if and have them get crushed. That's not
Yeah,
any fun.
twice a year is very good, because he
Yeah.
doesn't really have. Who do you want me to put him against? Like
Right.
anyway. So Creek Hollow Creek, he says, is John interested in a rematch with Ongarbev?
Probably not. Probably not. We'll see how Wild Horse does. Matt does against him. But yeah, I don't know. Most of the guys that I thought I wanted to have a rematch, Rockley, Petrenko, I'd pull Petrenko again. Yeah, all those guys. I'm pretty satisfied now after being away a little bit that I'm
Hmm.
not really. I mean, I did my best. I got my shot. I feel good about it. Yeah,
I mean,
that
on this earth, if there
but
is one person that doesn't have anything to prove, it's you.
yeah,
So,
the ladder is the ladder is big and long to get
mhm.
even get my brain thinking about being the guy in that class. So um, yeah, at this point, I yeah, no, I have no really quite desire to be going against bumping my head against top guys.
Yeah, whenever I said Tatashings versus Kanai match, you said
Yeah,
Todd is gonna kill
he just
him.
kill him. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you said
I
he's gonna kill him. Were you
yeah.
surprised?
Yeah, no, super surprised. And well, you told me that Kanai was asking for Devin. I'm like, well, that's ridiculous. I mean, he's been away for so long, and who knows what kind of shape he's going to get a real awakening with the Todd Hutchins. Todd's just going to fling him all over the table. But no, he definitely knew he was in good shape, and
Did you know that he was
yeah,
97 kilo only?
yeah, he's the I think he's the best version that he's ever been. He has to be to
Well,
do
he was
that
so
with Todd
light.
Hutchins. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
he looked incredible shape. I mean, what I remember him when he came over to the house, he was pudgy, kind of baby face, pudgy guy. Yeah, at some points like super heavy. No, he looks lean. He looks in shape.
Okay, so question: this guy is probably about near 50 years old,
Okay,
Kanai, and he is coming out of nowhere,
yeah,
suddenly coming and
yeah,
first match pulling Tatashins, who has been killing everyone.
right.
And then he is
He's
giving the hardest match to Tatashins. How much can we say that arm wrestling today is right here compared to the past or something? I am, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, but so yeah, he's a 50-year-old, but yeah, yeah, no, but
Four,
he's been
5 years,
around.
6 years, he hasn't been active, and then he just comes
Yeah,
and
comes
gives
back.
Tatashins the
Right.
hardest match in last few years.
Yeah, yeah. So that you're saying that gives argument to the fact that guys 15,
Yeah, I
20,
mean,
30
like,
years ago were pretty decent arm wrestlers still
yes,
back
yes,
then.
this is what I try to say, and
Of course, of course.
I agree that deepness of the
Right,
competition is now we
right.
have more pullers. Like
Yes,
in
of course.
105 kilo,
Right,
20 years ago there was five type guys. Now you
right.
can find 12, 12 10, 12
The
guys.
100. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
But
agree.
but
I
but
agree.
I'm just saying that a guy that Kanai, I'm not
Right,
sure if he has ever been the best puller. You understand?
right,
But he
right.
was like very good, like
He
top
was in
puller.
the mix, right?
Yeah, and he just comes in Tata Ching's match. Did you realize at one point Todd couldn't go and he was like should I do shoulder
Right?
pressure?
No,
Did you
no,
see that?
yeah, no, no. Kanai's got a big future against. I would love to see Kanai against Irakli, against Underbayev,
We will see
against
all of them, John.
Petrenko. I
All of
mean,
them.
for sure. I mean,
We
there's a
will.
handful of that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And then there is another super chat. Engin, do you think? Okay, Mick Bot is asking. Do you think in future East vs West will have a new name as the promotion grows or more contenders, or do some region will face each other? I don't think so. It is very good, and it's
Yeah, no,
already
I've told you this before. I thought, East versus West. Oh, that's kind of a, no one's going to understand that, or that's kind of a weird marketing, name to have, East versus West. But after now, I think it's brilliant. I get it because you're pitting teams. You're picking
yes,
people get to
yes,
root for the East side, West
yeah,
side.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like our
And we are
professional
not
teams.
limited there. We are not
Yeah,
limited there. We do West versus West matches. We do East versus
yeah,
East
yeah.
matches. But
But
just
still,
it was
but still having that that side that
yes, yes,
divide
yes, yes,
that
yes.
people can get
Like
behind.
we versus them type of thing.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
it helps the
Yeah.
competition level higher. Yeah. And Gabriel Hernandez, Engi, will you be coming to Texas? No, my friends, I won't be coming. And yeah, so let's talk about the matches. Do you follow the
I
matches?
I didn't really learn about the card until you just recently released and started throwing pictures out there. I mean, I know you kept it kind of
Yeah,
under wraps because of
East
you
versus
know,
West 16 we were
the
promoting as soon as
the
that finished.
Georgian,
Now,
yeah, the Georgian
yeah,
thing.
East
So yeah,
versus
I
17.
understand that, but Yeah, I think I got all. I think I know all the matches now that you got on the card. Um, so yeah,
Did you know that, did you I will ask you, did you know that next event may be in Kazakhstan?
ooh, Criticali's area.
Yeah, but Kedirgali is pulling here. I'm not sure if in 1.5 months he will be pulling in Kazakhstan as well. But yeah,
Okay.
okay. Let's start when you mentioned the Kedirgali now. Kedirgali versus Matt Mask. Kedirgali lost against Petrenko and had an elbow surgery. So they
Okay.
moved a piece of bone this big from his elbow. I think it was broken a piece. Yeah, and
Did
then he
did it
had the
happen?
surgery, and
Yeah, did it
it
happen while
happened
he was
last
arm
summer.
wrestling? Did it happen while he was
I
arm or
don't know
just
if it
aggravated
was
it?
a result of pulling many years, but
Oh,
after the Petrenko match, he had to have surgery.
had it done.
So
Okay.
I almost set him a match in Tbilisi event, but he said, "Engin, I better wait a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm not back." So his first match will be against Matt Mask,
Matt Mask.
and
Yeah.
you saw Matt Mask match against Marcio at the Atlantic City. It was very
Yeah. No,
dominant.
Matt's looking good. He's looking strong.
Yeah.
Matt's one of the most dominant hand, and his height is a difficult task.
Mm-hmm.
What Matt has lacked is the side pressure, the finishing power.
Mm-hmm.
Criticali's got a good sticking point, but I'm not sure if he's going to be aggressive enough to really get Matt out of position. I suspect the way I see it going is Matt will probably get the upper high ground, better position with the hand, maybe not completely top roll him. And then Critigali will be patient and try to hang on and bleed him. But it all depends on what kind of shape
Do you do
Critigali is
you
coming
do
in.
you expect like a full hand domination by either of
Yeah,
the athletes?
I think Matt will probably win that battle. I think
And
Matt
then
will.
he will be trying to hang up like
Yeah,
with
I
the
just I worry sometimes about how strong Matt is, even once he gets that a little, that advantage. Is he going to
mm-hmm.
have enough side pressure? Because he's a big guy, long limbed. I mean, it's difficult to generate that kind of finishing side pressure when you've got those big long levers. Uh, but Critigali will battle when he's somewhat out of position, and he does have great endurance. So uh, yeah, I mean, I think his
do you
Critigali
do
is good as good as who was the guy that Matt pulled up in Canada? Um, uh,
Serhii Kalnishenko?
Kazinko, yeah.
Yeah.
Where do they fall? I mean, Matt fought back
Hmm.
and was able to, you know,
And
to win
also,
that
do you
match.
think that there will be some negative effects because of the surgery, and this is the first comeback match?
Yeah, only he knows that. Yeah,
Only he
only he
knows that.
knows.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, I
right.
mean, if it's just pulling out a bone, if it's not actually an injury, a tendon injury, I mean, you would think that would heal. Wouldn't take
Uh,
very long to heal. It shouldn't set him back any. But yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it'll be a good
And
one.
Mindaugas Tarasaitis versus Yanis Amolins.
Yeah, well, we were talking about this at practice on Tuesday. Mendagas, I mean, he was so effective against Samusha. I don't know. I mean, I, normally I
No,
would
no, no.
lean.
They didn't pull against Mindaugas. Samusha didn't pull.
Oh, they didn't?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they did pull.
Mindaugas pull and beat Daniel Prokopchuk.
Oh, I thought it was Shamusha that he had that
Yeah.
long battle. Oh, okay, that changes my mind then.
Yeah, yeah. The long
Oh,
battle was Daniel Prokopchuk.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know then. I guess I guess I gotta go with Giannis. Giannis is so polished and technically perfect, and I just yeah. But yeah, another great match. Maybe I'm
They
wrong.
both are incredible.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we never know, my friend. Like how,
Yeah,
like you have been pulling for like 45 years, more than 45 years. And would you ever imagine Vitaly Laletin to beat Morozov with the dead wrist? And
yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's always surprises, and you never
yeah,
know what can weird things can happen. And like I said, that it's nice when you get to even replay it 2 or 3, 4 times, best of 5, best of 7, because what seems to be such a dominant performance on one side can quickly change with the
Hmm.
setup and the endurance factor and this, that, and the other. So
How,
it's
how
not
about how
only
about
it's not
how
yeah
about
it's
me
not
losing? How about me losing weight and beating both Giannis and Mindaugas?
right. There you go.
Is it possible or too late?
I only you know that, but I don't think it's too late. I mean, yeah. Have you had any experience with Giannis? Have you pulled him before in the past, or
I think
what's your
if we
confidence
count the
level?
rounds, I think I am left and right total like 9-1 against him,
Oh
and
wow.
against Mindaugas I am 12-1 or 12-2 or
Oh
something.
wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And so what is their official weight class? 85 kilo?
No, there's a 77.
Oh shit. I didn't know
Yeah.
they were that light. Wow.
Did,
Oh,
did you
that'd be
did you know that when I won the last world title in 2018, it was 143s, and I was
okay.
44 years old. I lost
Uh,
20 kilo, and then
wow.
won the
Yeah.
world. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. No, that's hard to do. I mean, you
yeah,
can pull that off when you're younger, but
yeah,
getting up at our age, that might be even dangerous.
yeah. It is dangerous.
Yeah.
My immune system is bad because of those weight
Yeah.
losses. It's no good. It just
Yeah.
yeah. And so you are saying that Yanis is maybe slightly favorite?
I've never pulled with Mendagas. Like I said, but my argument was different on Tuesday night because I'm thinking, didn't Mendagas just beat Samusha? But Samusha's like I mean,
Samusha
he's the
didn't lose
top
anyone in
guy.
85 kilo.
Okay, right. Okay,
Samusha won
so
10 straight matches in
okay,
85.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, so because of the fact that I just don't know Mendagas, I don't know, um, how really strong he is.
Hmm.
And I do know how strong Giannis is, but he's a safe puller. He's very calculative. He's not going to aggressively, flash pin him. So I think it'll be definitely a little bit of a chess match, right?
Yes, yes,
I
yes,
see
yes.
I see it being kind of stuck, and then both looking at each other and trying to figure out how to get the advantage and wear the other out. So it'll be
Hmm.
good. It'll be an
Yeah, yeah.
entertaining match. I don't think it's not going to be like I think you know yeah. Yeah, there's some matches that you just know just because of the explosivity of the arm wrestlers that it's a close match, but it's always going to be a boring match because it's going to be either bang or bang. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's nice to have these guys that are like technicians that are all about also the endurance and the position and aren't so explosive like David Dadakan. So it makes for a a better match for the spectator for sure.
Yes, yes. Long, long matches. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But somehow his matches are some of the lowest view ones. I don't understand why.
Huh.
He
Huh.
always has wars, and I like that, and
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like,
You're
do
talking about
you?
Mandagas or Giannis?
No, I'm talking about Samusha.
Oh, Samusha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Samusha
I
has
am
very long
surprised.
battles,
Yeah, I'm
but like
surprised
like
because
last East versus
yeah.
West, no, 15 East versus 15. His match on YouTube, the full video on my channel, is the lowest view, and I'm like, I don't
Wow.
understand it. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
no,
like a
because
like
his heart's hanging out there. He's doing. I mean, to
yeah,
me, I mean, he's really, it's visible that he is just doing a huge effort. So normally
yeah,
that's very
yeah,
entertaining. I mean,
yeah. I
it's
agree.
surprising
I
that you.
agree. I agree. Yeah, and Craig versus John from Canada.
Well, we were just talking about the explosive guys that are boring matches. Craig's one of those guys. Yeah, I mean, I love Craig, but I mean, anybody against Craig, it could be boom, boom, boom. Sorry, you're done. Go sit down. And I mean, he's that explosive. But if he gets stopped, then it's gonna, it'll be interesting because
You ever
normally,
watch?
normally, normally sprinters like that run out of gas real quick, even if they're in fantastic shape. I mean, you're either one or the other. You're out of the blocks super hard, or
Not
you or
not
you're
really. Sometimes, like you remember Gashevsky, he was
yeah.
hitting like a lightning, and if he
Uh-huh.
gets stopped, he would pull like.
He
You
would be
remember
able to
his match with
pull.
Kanai? It was like 6.5 minutes years
Oh,
ago.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
you were there as
No,
well. Like in Tahoe, I think Tahoe.
I'll have to look
Yeah,
that one up to give me some motivation to think to. maybe give me my brain to think that I have a chance in an actual endurance match with Kanai. So yeah,
I think that, listen, if you want to talk about that one, for me, I saw that because of Kanai pulling open,
yeah,
he was like possible to move here, but he has the luck right here. But
yeah,
to me it seems like vulnerable for a good shoulder pressure. With even Todd wanted to do it for a moment, but we have never seen Todd doing that
yeah,
before.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I know that almost every time you beat Kanai in Japan on those matches, you were finishing
yeah.
him with that.
Push
Yeah,
him.
because he is open here. If you
Yeah,
pull him, you cannot pull him because he is pulling
yeah,
so good. But if you press him to the where he is going,
yeah,
then usually you are
yeah,
pressing him, and I don't think that once you press, he was able to resist.
yeah.
So
We'll see if I have that in that ability. I know, he's probably not at the level of Michael Todd, but the last time
no,
Mike came
no,
on
no,
here
no, no.
and did that to me, and I tried to press, it was just like, oh. Yeah, everything has to be kind of right. I hope I just don't run out of gas before I have the opportunity to try to do that. Well,
Yeah.
my greatest hope is that he just doesn't completely overpower me and pull me across the table where I have, you know,
Hmm.
no angle at all to even pretend to try to, throw anything like that in there. So
I don't think that you should have more than 15, 20 seconds long match with him.
yeah,
Any match that
no,
you're gonna end up with, like Todd Hashing said, I think that it will
no,
be bad for your endurance.
no, no. But then again, I think to myself that I have to be patient like Hermes pulled Michael, and I have to stay upright and allow him to kind of pronate out and hopefully into my hand before I make my move to the side, and then
Hmm.
eventually probably like you say, shoulder roll. So I don't think I can right off the get go be aggressive to the side. I think that
Hmm. I think like a little bit
exposes. Yeah,
copying and slowly
yeah.
taking, and it's not going, and then
Yeah,
yeah.
or just stay completely stoic and upright and hope to absorb and just get a good bow and not really attack, to bend my own wrist back. But we'll see. I'll feel more confident in what I can and can't do, um, when I get gripped up with the match. I really don't even. I would love to be able to come into the match having a little stronger hand and cup, where I don't have to rely on the strap or feel like I can't get a hold of the guy without the strap, because I think the strap is also going to give him the advantage. I just haven't really been,
Would you would
feeling
you
it very.
accept the direct strap if referee ask?
No, no, I don't think that's going to help me. I think I need to have at least a chance or two to try to do something with him
Without
without the
strap.
strap.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. There is one more question. My respect to both of you gentlemen. Good podcast, arm fellas. Thank you, my friend. Yeah. Okay. So, Corey West versus Devon, left arm. Whenever I
Yeah. I
saw
mean,
them training in Atlantic City in earlier fresh,
yeah,
once Corey was winning, and then later I think Devon started to stop
yeah.
him.
And
Um,
Corey's, I think Corey's the best in the United States, right? I mean, who's better
yes,
than Corey
best in North
left-handed?
America,
Yeah, I think so.
unless
I mean,
like Devon beats him. The thing is that Devon's like with left arm, he has that open arm. If Devon can protect the center, my opinion,
yeah,
he has very good chance of
yeah,
winning. But if,
yeah, yeah,
if if his arm is stretching here, I saw
yeah.
one time Corey was training with Paulo, and he came here and he was losing this, and he put his
He finished it.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then yeah, just boom.
I
So what
because
I am just saying,
because yeah, because of the way Corey trains and knows and trains with Michael and Michael's strengths. Corey's got an incredibly strong cup and hand and wrist. It's
yeah,
very,
but
very
just remember this is
difficult.
left arm.
Yeah, very difficult. And I think he's better
Yeah,
left-handed. He is right.
I don't know how good Michael can give Corey
Yeah.
a left arm
No,
training,
yeah, no,
but
yeah.
yeah,
Michael's not on the level. Yeah, left hand. You're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, very few people are stronger, in my opinion, than Corey as far as the hand and wrist goes. I mean, he
Yeah.
he can hang on to some pretty good top rollers and stop them in their tracks. So
Mhm.
Whether or not he can turn Devin completely inside and then have the arm strength to beat him.
With his
I
left
think
arm, his right arm, he's arm wrestling like this. With left arm, he's more like pronating
out
and
a little
going.
more
Yeah,
outside.
yeah,
So
yeah. So
yeah,
my guess is that if he comes and takes the center to the halfway, and here, if Devon is open, then he has his chance to
the
win
ability
that
to
way. Yeah, but I
get the
don't think
shoulder
that
rolling.
there is another way unless he just flash pins him or something. I don't know
No,
about that. Yeah,
yeah.
because Devon is also training his left recently.
Yeah, yeah, no, you're right. If he even if he pulls him outside a little bit, Devin will kind of fall into that little King's move and put a tremendous amount of pressure on your hand and wrist. And
Yeah.
uh, if Corey can't finish it at that point, it's going to be ugly. It's going to be
Hmm.
one of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. Dino is asking, what does John think about Hermes versus Levan? I think you answered it already, but if you want to say something,
Yeah, no, I think it's deserving. I think Hermes deserves another shot. You can't go against Levon. I'm not going to go against Levon anymore. I mean, he's proven to me that he is um, big, strong, and smart. So I mean, he doesn't have any holes anywhere in his game. Uh, but Hermes is one of the strongest arm wrestlers as far as just straight up fair, side to sides,
hmm.
So I think Hermes has the right to have the next shot against him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Did you watch their first match live or later?
no, I watched it live. No, I was right there.
Yeah. Oh, you were there, right? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
You
No,
were
I was
there. Yeah,
only
you were
10
pulling
feet
Dennis.
away from
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I remember now. Yeah, and like, were you like, is that
Oh,
real? You know,
yeah. No, no. I was
at that
super excited.
moment.
I was super excited. Yeah, yeah. I thought, oh my goodness, he's gassing him. He's got him. He's got him.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, I was there. I was there when they were feeding him oxygen. The whole works. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And Sarah Beckman versus Jocelyn from Canada. I don't know if I pronounce her name right, but
Yeah.
last year she beat Sarah.
Oh, did she? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, she beat, and she looks very strong. And we know that Sarah is also
Yeah.
a superstar
Right.
in arm wrestling,
Right
and
hand.
she is looking
Right-handed.
for right-handed. Yeah,
Right-handed.
and she is looking for revenge.
Yeah, I can never even really wrap my head around or judge on the women's because yeah,
Uh huh. Yeah. Okay, so
you got Chafee yet.
Dave Chaffee versus Georgi Svetkov. That is very interesting match.
Dave is looking so like his old self though. I mean, he's just I think he's back to his old self and
I
his hand
agree.
and wrist are super solid. I think Gorgie is in trouble. I know he's a big individual. He's hard to get a hold
Hmm.
of, but if anybody can get a
Hmm.
hold of a tree trunk like that, it'll be Dave. And as long as his hand and wrist holds up, I think it's going to be a bad day for Gorgie.
Hmm. So you are saying Davis favorites?
Oh, I think so. It seems to me that he's back to his old self. I don't know what he would say as far as his ability, but he seems like the last couple matches I watched, he's high level again, very high level.
Okay. Lately Prudnik hasn't been doing well.
Yeah,
He is now pulling with left arm against Cody Merritt.
yeah.
What do you think
So
about Cody's left arm?
great, superior,
Very
just a,
strong, right?
just a, just a tad below Corey West. I mean, he's super strong. I mean, hard to get a hold of. Great back pressure. Um, uh, but yeah, Evgeny is once he gets wound in there, if Cody can't stretch him out and pin him right away, I think Cody might be in trouble. I have a ton of respect still for Evgeny, even if he's in horrible shape and not really,
He's
going
getting
full
ready. He's
full
getting
out.
ready.
Yeah,
He doesn't want to lose anymore.
yeah.
And yeah. So you are
So
saying 50
yeah, no, I
50?
got I got I got a root for my old training partner Cody Merritt for sure, but
And
I
he's such a
know
nice guy, huh,
yeah,
John?
I know how good Evgeny is also. So, but yeah, I'm super excited that Cody's getting a chance to pull somebody like that. So I'll be excited to be able to
Uh-huh.
personally watch that one.
Yeah. And we have Hunter Knowles versus Valen Lowe. Do you know them?
I don't.
You know Hunter for sure. He was in Orlando event. He beat Doug Ehrlich
Okay.
and
But these
yeah
guys are these guys are small guys, right? So I don't.
yeah yeah
Yeah.
yeah. There is another super chat before we finish. Aaron Gazname. You two are the best. Might be controversial, but has John found a gym exercise for arm wrestling that is actually he found actually useful? He says thank you. Do you think that any of the gym exercises are useful?
Oh yeah. Where do I start? Yeah. I mean, you can find things. I always, especially now that I'm weakest in the area of my shoulders. I would in my younger years, I would have probably concentrated more on shoulder work, lat work, pulling, lifting, like with the shoulder and the
Mhm.
back,
Yeah.
uh, hand and wrist, obviously super important. The devices that are being sold now with the big handles and the rolling thunders and the hand work that is more concentrated on cupping down or even to the side a little bit are super effective. I think that's why arm wrestling has probably gotten a little bit better for most because they are able to, if they don't have a lot of good training partners and a good team to help support them get better, they've got devices that do a pretty good job of you know bringing you into the sport at a higher
Mm.
level than we used to see weightlifters come into the sport of arm wrestling. But still, in my mind, there's no substitute for arm wrestling. Arm wrestling
No,
is
no, no, no.
still
Yeah,
for me is the
yeah,
key. I've been struggling with it because to try to step it up and pull a little harder, it's it's so it's I know it's effective because it at this point in my life it's so damaging to my whole
yeah,
body. So I know
yeah.
it's so strenuous and it's so aggravating that I don't have that ability to make it work for me to get stronger. But I still would recommend you gotta find other good arm
Mhm.
wrestlers. You have to build a team, a support group around you
Yes,
of
yes,
other
yes,
great arm wrestlers.
yes.
You can't
John,
do it by yourself.
I mean, imagine that you make a machine that has a brain and
Yeah,
hears you,
right.
understands you, talks and listens and
The
does
talk, yeah, right.
yeah, and then has
All those things,
hand and the pronator, all the muscle groups.
right,
That's another human being, you know, that who
right.
is good at arm wrestling and has good intention. I remember,
Yeah.
I think like, can we say that Kevin Bongard was one of your best training partners?
Oh yeah, no, he was definitely instrumental in the Utah team. I mean, he helped develop, Jordan Still, Cody Merritt, Bob
Yeah,
Brown,
yeah.
Todd Hutchins there for a while. My brother even. I mean,
How about
we had
90s?
we
90s. What
had
was the 90s group?
yeah we had a dozen guys. Hey, Kevin, my brother,
In 90s, yes, yeah.
yeah, like Cody, Robert Baxter. I mean,
Is
he's
that true that your brother start training again, or is just
No, I
okay?
don't. I haven't heard from Bill. I don't. I
Oh,
highly
okay.
doubt that he's interested in arm wrestling at this point in his life. Um, but yeah, no, we had a great group of 10, 12 guys that were very high level. And we all became high level because we really want to go back. I don't know if you can go back this far, but do you remember the guy that I used to train with in the mid '80s, Gary Stain?
I heard their name from the Armband
175.
magazines.
Yeah, 175. He took second. In fact, he beat Dave Patton in the first match in the over the top
It was his
final.
same weight category with
Yeah,
Dave?
yeah. They
Wow.
were 150, 155, whatever that weight category was at the over the top. So yeah, um, yeah, just goes to show. I mean, if you stick with it and got some good strong arms to arm wrestle on a consistent basis, you can really up your game quite a bit. And yeah, Gary, Gary Stain took second and over the top against a good field. Jerry Jennings, Paul Cicchini.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
there was a there
Paul
was a
Cecchini from Canada, right?
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if what he took third or fourth in that way. Jerry Jennings, I think, was also in that mix, but
I,
yeah.
I
Anyway,
heard that Dave Chaffee is 7-5 against Dave Patton 7, and Jerry won 5 times against Dave. So they were not like, I mean, they
uh,
were very close to each other, those
oh,
guys.
Jerry Caderet? Who are you
No,
talking?
no, 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 no. Dave
Dave Patton and
Patton beat
Jerry
Jerry
Jennings. Oh,
Jennings.
Jerry Jennings. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, he was
And
good.
another question, like in Richard Lapkus, end of 80s, that he got injured. He got injured against you,
Yeah, we pulled Yukon Jack. I was the
and then you
Yukon
hurt his
Jack
shoulder, right?
qualifier. Yeah, messed his
Yeah.
shoulder up. Yeah, he beat
And
me the first match. I came back and got him out of position a little bit, and he struggled and hurt his shoulder, and then bowed out of the tournament. And
yeah,
I don't
I
know how
heard
long he
about
was
it.
out, how long he was out for, but
Almost 20 years. I think 2007 Arnold Classic he come
yeah,
back,
yeah,
something
I
like that.
don't know, but I think he ended up pulling me. I don't know. I mean, I don't. My memory sucks at remembering, placing the years in order.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we pulled each other probably 4 or 5 different tournaments, different times
But how good do you
before we
think he
disappeared.
was, like compared to today's guys?
His technique was lacking. He could have been a lot
Once he
better.
put shoulder, he was very
Yeah, well,
strong.
he was 80. I would say an 80%, 90% weightlifter. So he arm wrestled like a weightlifter. He
Yeah.
was super strong, doing weird things because of the strength he just developed with the waist. But he didn't really have, in my mind, a good arm wrestling team to really become as efficient
Mm-hmm.
arm wrestler as he could have been. If he was kind of clunky and mechanical. He wasn't very fluid. He didn't really know how to hit or transition well. He was kind of
Mm-hmm.
pretty one dimensional, but he was a
How
little.
do you think that he would do that the late 80s Richard versus mid 90s Gary Goodrich?
Well, I think they had a match or two.
At the end of the 80s, they did it. I think Richard was better,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think the middle of the 90s, Gary was is
Gary
in
got
his
really good
prime.
too. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's hard for me to say who would have come out on top. I almost think that maybe I would have leaned a little bit towards Gary just because he got, to be able to pull Cleve outside like he did at that
Yeah,
Yukon Jack.
yeah,
Gary was, yeah, his posting strength might have been enough to get Richard out of position, and I think he would have been able to. Gary had tremendous side pressure too. So once
yeah,
he got
yeah,
you a little bit stretched out, a little bit of
yeah,
position,
yeah, yeah. It
he
was,
was hard to deal with. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
but
then whenever he was pulling Gary, usually he was holding his thumb.
yeah, right, yeah. No,
He was.
Gary.
Yeah, can we say that, like, until the end of the Yukon Jacks, time, Yukon Jack was the toughest event in the world,
Yeah,
right? At
no,
that
yeah,
time.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, that was the biggest, biggest event of the year for sure. They had 4, 5, 6 qualifiers in different parts of the country.
But not
Um,
only about that, but it was also the toughest event,
yeah,
toughest to
the
win,
toughest,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
best
At that time, it was
publicity.
even harder to win
Yeah,
Yukon Jack
yeah.
than winning the
Oh,
Waffles.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
because all the pros, they got, it was pretty decent money.
Yeah. At that
Yeah,
time, $3,500 of that time
yeah,
is today
yeah.
probably 6,000,
10 grand.
7,000. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
not 6, 7. I think it's more like 10.
Oh, okay. You know better the
Yeah,
inflation over
yeah.
there, but yeah, yeah.
Dozen eggs used to be 80 cents. Now they're like $5.
Ah, okay, okay. So say like 10, 15,000. Yeah, I understand. Anyways, John, any other thing that you would like to add before we finish? We finish like one
No,
hour.
just super excited. Yeah, it's only 4 short weeks away, right? Texas. I'm looking forward to going back to Texas. Last time I was there, the crowd was just crazy good.
Yes,
So
especially at
I'm
your match.
yeah, no, I mean it was awesome. So I'm really looking forward to um, seeing all the guys in Texas and the spectators. Hopefully it'll be as good, if not better, than Florida, because Florida was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, I agree. And you gonna win?
I am. I am going to do my very best. I've been working hard, believe it or not, to for this
I believe
match,
you.
but it's been a struggle. I'm not going to lie to you. I doubt myself every week or so, thinking, well, what the hell have I got to do? What am I getting myself into? This is crazy, but um, yeah, I'm going to do my best. That's all I can
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I,
That's
you know,
all we wanted to hear. Yeah. Anyways, John, thank you very, very much for your time and wish you the best.
All right, we'll see you next time. I don't know when we'll see you. If you're not coming to the States here, maybe Kazakhstan. When are you going to do Kazakhstan? A
I
month or
think
two, three
May
months
10th
later?
or May
May.
17th,
Oh, that'll be
but one of
too
them.
early. Too early.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
maybe next
But
year.
do you listen? Do you consider the overseas events more or the American events more? Because this side of the
Oh,
world also
yeah.
misses
No,
you.
I do love go. I mean, it is exciting to go on, to wherever outside the
Yeah,
states, but it is a lengthy, painful,
yeah,
you know,
I know.
a
Listen,
little bit more
you're gonna
difficult, but
pull
it's
anytime you want to pull, and against like whatever you want. Like we are so blessed to have you still
yeah.
pulling. Like we
I
are so lucky.
I mean,
You
I,
know,
I love going to Turkey. I love love seeing the international guys out there, but I have to admit it was really exciting and nice to have that support and that backing
in
in
Orlando.
Florida. And Orlando
Yeah,
was just incredible. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's nice. I like that.
Yeah. Okay, John. Once
All
again,
right,
thank you very much, and you take care of yourself.
all right, Engen. Take care, guys. Thanks everybody for watching. To shut this damn thing